So grab your little weights and bring yourself down into child's pose onto your mats. I'm going to keep my weights nearby. Don't know which ones I'm going to grab yet. A little bit wet on the grass, so I might slide around a bit doing my little demos. Okay, so option is to do a wide knee and then just an extension of the arms, just letting your head and chest drop down. Let me take my sunglasses off. Or you can bring your elbows in and just rest your arms, dropping your forehead to your hands. If you don't want to do child's pose, just lift up onto your elbows and go in and out of your cat stretch. Do your gentle extension and a curve. Now, wherever you're doing whatever position you're in, I want you to take your focus into your breathing. So long, deep breaths in through the nose. Reach that maximum point, do a gentle squeeze in your lower belly and exhale, let it all just release. So inhale in towards your rib cage, expanding through your lungs. All the way down into the tummy, squeezing that belly and then releasing. And as you release, just feel yourself just going a little bit deeper into your stretch, whether that's just dropping your bottom a little bit deeper down, the hips releasing, your chest relaxing. And then if you're in child's pose, I want you to lift your bottom off, bring your knees together, and then we're all going to go in and out of elbow cat stretch. So lift your eye gaze, pull your shoulders back, squeeze your belly, but at the same time lift your bottom into the sky, and then exhale, curl under, chin to chest, tailbone squeezes under, and you curl through the spine as you pull your belly in, and then releasing again. So when you curve your spine, imagine you're just trying to draw your whole breath through each vertebrae, and each part of your abdomen just pulls in towards the back of the spine. Curling, curling, curling. Breath in, and then releasing again. Doing that one more time. Taking a breath in, exhale, curl it up. And then release your neutral spine, come up onto your hands and knees. Yeah, we're just going to do a little warm up in a similar position, but we're going to take the left leg back, the right arm forward, reaching, finding your balance. And we're going to go for a nice traditional curl under. We inhale to lengthen. Exhale, draw everything in, elbow to knee, curve, chin tucks under, tailbone tucks under. And then we lift out and reach to an extension. So don't rush in, just think about holding that exercise, that position at the last point, and then releasing on the inhale. So you really slowly breathing. Exhale. Inhale. Try and keep those hips square. If you're feeling a little bit off balance, a little bit more of a challenge on bumpy grass, you can tuck your toes under on that right foot, assuming you're doing the same side as me. I can't remember if I told you to do left leg, right arm. Doesn't matter. Just tuck under on that leg that's on the floor, stabilize the body. 2 more here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. 1 more. And then reach away, take a breath, and then gently drop your hands and knees back down. So we're going to take the hands wide before we go to the other side. So I'm just going to take my hands onto my wet grass. Staying in a box position, or perhaps you want to drop down into a little half plank, but not fully on your toes just yet, if you feel like doing push-ups on your toes. Make sure the fingers are very slightly pointed out, and as you drop, the chest comes down to about the elbow crease, and then we exhale, power back up. So try and drop your chest between your thumbs, and your body just comes with you. So it just floats down and pushes up. So if you have a look at my bottom, it never drops lower than my shoulders. It either stays level and my core is squeezed in tight. My elbows slightly pointing behind, and that way you get into your lats, the side of those back muscles. Inhale, exhale. 5 more. Inhale, exhale, 5. 4. Squeeze that belly. 3, 2, one more. And 1. Sit it back. Slide your fingers as you pull your bottom in. Lift your eye gaze and just stretch. Imagine you're trying to lift your chest and pull your shoulders back. So you're doing like active child's pose. Pressing your bottom deep into your heels as much as you can. Then bring yourself forward. Let's go to the other side. So I'm going to do my right leg and left arm. Lifting up, finding my balance. Hips stabilize, so your hips are pointing towards the floor. We take a breath in. We exhale. Let's curl it under. Tuck everything in. Squeeze the belly. Elbow to knee. Gently releasing. Inhale. Exhale. So my wrists, as I extend, they either press towards the floor or slightly in. I don't mind which way. So whatever works more comfortably for you. Reaching away. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more. 4 more. Breathe. Last 3. Remember to scoot that belly in tight when you're pulling up and arching that spine. 1 more. Reach away. Curl it under. And then release. So let's go back into push-ups. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you feel free to go on your toes. I'm not going to do my toes today. I'm going to stay on my knees. Fingers pointing out again. I'm just going to take my knees an inch or 2 further back just to work a little bit deeper into the core and add a little bit more weight into the arms. We inhale, drop down. Exhale, power up for 1. Inhale. Exhale up for 2. 3. 4. 5. Someone's trying to come into this. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Slide it back, sitting back into your heels again. Lift and lengthen. Pull your shoulders back and down. Extend through the chest. Take a couple of breaths here. Reach. And then when you're ready, just bring yourself back up into your hands and knees. Okay, we're going to go for some rows and some tricep kickbacks on one side. So I want you to do this either knees wide, hips down, half plank. Or if you wish, we can now work a little bit higher and come up into full plank. But it's going to be one arm. Yeah, so to keep that into consideration. I'm going to take my lighter weight. So we've warmed up the body. So you should be able to fire off a little bit more into the core. So we're going to lift. So I'm going to stay on my knees. I might lift up onto my toes in a second. Check out your body position. Your hips need to be low. Plank position, perfect. So imagine there's a straight line running from the back of the knees all the way up to the top of your head. Squeeze the butt. Pull your right arm, elbow tucked into your rib cage. So we're going to, the positioning we're starting, is down here. So we're going to row, kick, back, and touch the floor. So it's just a brief brush of the floor as you come down. And if you look, my hand is very slightly in front of my shoulder. Row, kick, bend, and down. If you wish, onto your toes. 4 more. If you're on your toes, try and keep those hips square. Last 2. Last 1. And lower down. Put the weight over to the other side. Come down to your elbows. Come up into full plank. Take your feet a little bit narrow. Let's go for a foot walk. So plank, walk. We're trying not to lift the hips up. So don't let your hips come up high. Keep them low and just squeeze the butt to move those legs. If that's too much, come to your knees. Keep your toes tucked and just do 1 knee lift, drop, another knee lift, drop. Otherwise, 8, 7, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 10 seconds. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. This time, bring your hands onto your forehead, let your shoulders relax. As you sit into your bottom, take a little wiggle side to side. So just pulling one shoulder to one side, like a gentle rotation, feeling that movement through the hips. So everything's just staying loose and mobile. So if you're up here, just do the same. Push your hips one side. Let the rib cage sway to one side, shoulders moving. Bring yourself forward, set yourself up on the other side. So my right hand's under my chest, my left arm is pressed to the floor. I'm going to keep my toes tucked, ready to lift up onto my feet. So let's row the other side. When you're ready, squeeze the butt, abs on, hips straight. Pull up, kick back, bend, tap the floor for 1, 2. You can do this fully on your toes if you wish. You can stay on your knees the whole time. 4, 5, I'm going up. 6, 7, come on, squeeze those bellies. 8, harder from either side. 9, and 10, knees down, weight away, drop down to your elbows, interlace your fingers, take your legs back up into plank. Let's go for a walk again. Remember, it's a butt squeeze, lifting up, dropping down. Go, come on, keep working it. Remember, if you're on your knees, knee lift, tap, knee lift, tap. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And this time, drop to the floor. Keeping your weights nearby. So I'm just going to drop mine a little bit lower. So relax off in the shoulders. Extending your arms forward. Feet a little bit wider than shoulders. Toes pressed to the floor. I want you to lift your chest, pull your shoulders back, and lift your elbows lightly off the ground. Taking a breath in. We're going to pull the right arm, and I want you to rotate, looking back towards the elbows. You squeeze the shoulder blade. Then lower it back down, straight to the other side. So we're trying to encourage the rotation with the reverse fly. And pull. And pull. So really feel your pelvis pressing down into the ground, your buttocks fired up, legs are pushed down, and then we're just working that upper body. We're going 4 more. 4, 3, remember you can just back your weights, telling you a bit late, but it's late, you know. And 1, drop down, take a breath, right arm, pull back, and we're going to squeeze and rotate for 10, 9, left arm press down into the floor, 6, come on, pull back, squeeze that shoulder blade, just turn from your waist, keep pulling, last 2, last 1, and release, inhale, exhale, to the left, let's go, 10, 9, 8, turn that body, 7, squeeze your butt, 6, squeeze your belly, 5, 4, come on, get that elbow high, 3, 2, 1 more, and 1, settle down, head to the floor, release your hands under your forehead, take a little wriggle, let everything loosen up. So we're coming back to the arm. I want you to bring them down by your thighs, turn your palms in. Now we're going to work the legs. So I'm going to bring my feet a little bit closer together, so no wider than hips. You're going to pull your shoulders off away from the floor, and that's your starting point. And all we're going to do is inhale, lift one leg, both arms if you can. Choose to lose the weights if you need to. Drop everything down together. Lift the head and chest, leg, and the arms follow. They all drop down together. So chest and leg, arm squeeze, everything down. Chest and other leg, arm squeeze, drop it down. Pull those shoulder blades back, lift that leg higher, stretch the leg away. Think about elongation, keep everything into length rather than height. One more each side. One more to the left. Then drop your feet down. Take a breath at the bottom. Lift your shoulders, lift your chest, lift those arms, pump the arms. 10, 9, 8, squeeze them in. Come on, lift. 5, 4, 3, pull together and release. Turn your palms to the floor with your on your weights or hands flat to the ground. Lift your shoulders, lift your chest, not too high. Now lift your legs. Eye gaze to the floor, and let's swim keep those legs. Lift, lift, lift. Pull those shoulders back. Squeeze the butt. Now lengthen your toes away from your ankles away from your knees. Your knees pulled away from your thighs. Work from the butt and the hamstrings. 8, 7, come on, swim it. 5, 4, squeeze those shoulders. 2, and release. Turn your head the other direction. Let everything go. Now just bring your weights back up by your shoulders. Hands slide underneath the shoulders. Transition yourself very gently, either into a cat stretch or a child's pose. Just stretch off after doing some back extensions. It's good to stretch it all off again. So we're going to do an exercise on our side, then back on our front, and back on the other side. So we're going to turn over. You're going to have your elbow underneath your shoulder and your weight, which is optional, on top of your thigh. We're going to lift the hips, open into a clam, so the feet stay together, so it's a rotation, and then tap the hip back down. So we lift, open, drop, we release. So it's the underneath leg, the buttock on my left leg that is far enough, and then you've got that rotation on that top leg. I feel myself sliding down on that as well. Just make sure that if you do start sliding, your shoulders underneath that elbow. Now, at any point this feels too much on your shoulder, then just drop yourself down, keep going, and then just work in a clam here, okay? And as you can see, my knees aren't completely in front of my hip, but they are bent forward. My feet are just pulled back so they line up with my buttocks. So let's go, 5 more. I have no idea how many we've done. I'd say we're coming up to 15, that's a good number. Okay, we hold up, we open out, and we're just going to press open and close, open and close. Now squeeze it underneath butt cheek. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold there. Let's pulse. Now lift those hips a little bit higher. 8, 7. So underneath butt should be starting to feel that. 4, 3, 2, and release. Give it a quick break. The reason why we're not going to kill it right now is because it's going to come back and do some more work. So release off your shoulder just for a few seconds. So the exercise you're going to do. A quickie demo while you're having a breather. Lift up again, side plank. The arm raises up. We float the arm overhead. This leg comes out straight. And we're going to lift it up. And we're going to pull everything in and kick everything away. So that's why we haven't done too much on that buttock. I quite love my shoulders going like this though. Okay, let's set ourselves up. Come back into that shoulder position. Lift up into a side plank first of all. Then take that leg out and grip the floor so you've still got that support. Take the arm over, lift the hip. Now hover that leg. Let's go together. We exhale, curl in, inhale, kick away. So we've got the important part of this exercise is the knee points to the sky and you curl, side bend, in. Side bend, in. Now we're not here for long, so try and persevere. If you've got any shoulder injuries or problems, drop down and just work at this lower level. Because we did pretend 15 on the other exercise, we can do pretend 15 on this one. All right, 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift that knee high. Now hold, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lift that hip. Now squeeze that underneath butt. Now lengthen away and hold and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down and just free yourself. Tap over. Let the shoulders relax. If you want to take a little shoulder stretch, quite nice to interlace the fingers and just release it. Head to the floor. Push the arm up and over. Now, that same arm that's been working, which is my right arm, I'm going to come down onto my hands and knees. Okay, so we're going to go for an outward reverse fly. So that's more of a straight arm. Yeah, I've still got a soft elbow, but it's a straight arm. But we're going to incorporate the leg. So take the leg back. We're going to lift and tap down. So what I'm doing, my toes are coming up, and I'm tapping down everything down together. Nice little core stabilizing exercise. Another butt squeeze. 7. We're going to go for that famous pretend 15 again today. 8. Squeeze the belly. 9. 10. 5 more. 11. 12. 13. 14. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Lift, lift, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Good. Just take a little sit back onto the heels, interlace your fingers and stretch your shoulder blades. Bow your head very slightly. Curve your spine. You're getting a stretch into that back. Whew. It's very difficult to breathe with no wind. I feel like we need some wind. I'm dripping with sweat. Right. So I'm going to switch ends. I'm going to flip around to my right side. Oh, I'm downhill now. So we're going to start off with that first exercise, which is the clam exercise. You can be on your elbow, you can drop down to the floor. My knees are folded forward, but they're not right up in front of my hip bones. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift, open, down, tap the hip. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, I'm counting this time. 9, 10. Remember, you can be down here. 12, 13, 14. Last one. 15. Hold it there. And then press, squeeze. Press, squeeze. Now lift up through the underneath of your waistline. 6, 5, 4. Squeeze that right butt cheek. 2. Hold it up and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7. Open that knee. Feel that buttock really working to do that rotation. 3, 2, and 1. Release it off. Take a quick breather. Get off that shoulder. Get off that hip. So just a little reminder whilst you're resting off. Second one is side plank. Leg extends, foot on the ground, arm comes over. And we're doing those pull-ins. So set yourself up now. Ooh, I might have to do this down on my floor because I've got a bit of a funny neck thing going on. Let's see how I get on. So let's go. Lift up. Take that leg. Take the arm up and over. Squeeze that underneath waistline. Lift the leg. Let's go. Pull in. Kick away. 3, 4, 5. Now physically squeeze the side of your waistline as you do this. So if you're not down there, up here, you're down here, pulling in. 11, 12, get that knee up and high as you can go. 30, that right buttock should be fired up. One more. 15, now hold it. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then lengthen away, lift the hips, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, lift up higher. 4, 3, 2, give me one more. And drop it down. Good, turn it back around. Sit back into your heels. And then stretch open those shoulder blades. Get a nice curved spine. Let your spine, usually if we sit beautifully tall, we go in the opposite, which is allowing your hips to sit back and release. And then interlace your fingers, drop your head to the floor, stretch your shoulders again. And find your breath. And then bring yourself back. So we're going to do left arm, right foot back. And then we're going to squeeze up and tap down to 1. Down to 2. Down to 3. My foot stays full flexed. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Squeeze deep into that lower tummy. 10. We've got 5 more to do. 3, 2, and let's hold that last one. Come on, lift, squeeze, hold. Come on, abs on. Squeeze that shoulder blade. 4, 3, 2, and your arms in a little shape. Right, so we're going to go back into those triceps, and we're going to do that lovely moving one with our legs extended back. So this is a nice moving exercise. So I want you to take your bottom quite close to the ends of your mat. Your arms extend forward. Your starting point is child's pose, but with your arms lengthened and your back extended, your eye gaze forward. Your knees hip to shoulder width apart. If this isn't nice for your knees, you can start here, that's fine. We just literally lift up Extend the leg, bend the elbows, push back up, turn, out. Lift, opposite leg, bend the elbows, kick it back, and drop down. So as we know, triceps aren't always everyone's best friend. Small muscle group, one of our weakest areas. So I'm demoing quite a deep push-up in tricep. So if you want to ease it off, lose the legs, keep the feet on the floor, the knees on the ground, and do maybe a bend so you've got the weight equal, and then pull back there. You might want to just pop your bend and do a gentle roll forward, squeeze into the shoulder blade, elbows to rib cage, and then pull back. So what I don't want to see is dropping down here. Wrist breaking exercise, yeah? This is about a rolling motion forward, 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 and then pushing back. So it's not necessarily a drop down, it's a forward motion. But you're trying to roll over the shoulders, you squeeze the elbows in, and then roll them all the way back. So you've got to get that mobility working in the shoulders in order to get this tricep exercise right. Just keep moving once I talk. Try and, if you're doing one leg at a time, really lengthen and squeeze the butt to pull that leg back. Let's do 4 more. Make this one stronger. 1. Stay with me. 2. 3. Give me 1 more, guys. And 4. Pull back, look forward, either rest off or spend the next 10 seconds doing pulse triceps with both knees on the ground. Come forward, drop halfway, let's press. Shoulders squeeze back, 9, abs fired on, 7, 6, 5, come on, push it, 3, 2, last one, and now release. Bringing your hands, letting them relax down by your side. Perhaps you can grab your heels, curl into a little ball, or lift off if your knees don't like it. Relax the body. And then when you're ready, come up. So we're going to go back to push-ups. We're going to do some moving push-ups. So knees wide, big toes together, hands slightly turned out. We're going to drop down, take your hands for a walk, and then extend the leg at an angle, drop it back to center. Push-ups, so completely different arm position to what we're just doing. Left hand over to the right side of the mat, right hand wide. My left leg extends and I drop down to that diagonal. So it's a slight angled push-up. Down in the center, right, left, right leg, drop, return. Left hand in, right hand in, center. Push-up. Remember, chest down to elbow crease. Left, right, left leg extends, drop. So just blend the exercise. The one in the middle is a little bit deeper. Drop. Extend. Yes, you should be having the rhythm now. You can make this as easy as hard as you want. When you come to your side one, and your left hand's on the edge of the mat, I'm slowing down, my right hand turns slightly out. So the work goes a little bit more into the bicep. So my right hand's more parallel, my left hand turns out, and I drop down there. Okay, let's do 2 more rounds. 1 in the middle, 1 to the right, 1 in the middle, 1 to the left, and last round, guys. Come on, work it. Get those arms working harder. 1 in the middle, 1 to the right, 1 to the middle, last 1 to the left, and then let's find that power in our arms. Drop halfway down if you can. Let's press. 10, 9. You really need to fire off through your core. Tuck the tailbone, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And rest it back. Relax down. Just release, take a little wriggle. Before we come into that stretch, we're going to do one more plank. We're going to come to elbows. We're going to tuck our toes. No one's going to go on their elbows. Hips down. Okay, we're going back into that walk. We're going to take it wide, wide, middle, middle, right, left, wide, wide, center, center, wide, center, center. Try and get it. Same speed as me. Firing off a little bit more. Hips still. Oop, I'm losing my mat. 2 more. Take it to the left. Let's go. Left, right, left, right. Out, out, in, out, in. 6, 5, 4, 3. Tummy on, guys. 2. Last one. 10-second hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Butts on. 3, 2, and finally release. Roll it all the way up. Roll those shoulders. Slide your hands onto the side of your back, fingers facing in, and just slightly come back into extension. Squeeze the butt, push your elbows away, open the chest. Take some nice deep breaths here. And then carefully take your left leg forward and sink down into the hip. Right leg behind, hands inside the foot. Take the foot for a walk, turn the toes out, roll into the outer edge if you wish, and let's stretch up into that hip. Woo. Really just release and relax. And then when you're ready, walk the foot back in, hands either side of your foot, push back and stretch the hamstring. Whilst you're stretching, just begin to slowly roll onto the heel and then get into the calf. Pull the left hip back and then just lower your head and chest down. And then walk your fingers in. Transition into pigeon, so walk the foot over to the side of the mat, drop the knee, sit into your hips, find that stretch and just relax down into it. You'll see your options always come into hurdle where you drop into your bottom, pull that knee forward and just reach down there. Now push yourself up onto your hands, tuck your toe, lift and free that leg and go into pigeon on the other side. So swing the leg forward, settle your right knee over to the right side, foot to the left, left leg extended back and find your stretch here. Pigeon if you need, hurdle if you need to. And then come up onto your hands, tuck your toes, swing your body weight back, drop your knees down, roll it up, right leg, come forward, point the toes, hands either side of your leg, pull the hip back, lengthen the leg and drop down into the hamstring. Carefully roll into the heels and sink a little bit lower. and then transition to the hip. So walk forward, bring your hands either side, take that foot for a walk, turn the toes out, roll onto the edge, and drop down into that hip. Keep your left leg as extended as possible. Go a little bit deeper. And then carefully bring yourself back into the center. Tuck your toe onto the back, and then just take a big step forward. I'll move myself into the center. Just take a little forward fold. And then when you're ready, just hang your arms, scoot the belly in, and then just roll up through the spine very slowly indeed. All the way to the top, chin coming up last. Always take a nice little shoulder roll at the top. 3 or 4. Turn your palms forward, stand tall. Inhale, raise those arms up. Big, big reach up to the sky. As always, hands together, a bow, a clap. Thank you, everybody, as always.